Alright, welcome back guys to another AC Unity stream. Today we continue with more of the main story and side content for a short about 3-hour session. And yeah, we continue with sequence 3, I think it is. Or is it 4 already? I think it's 4. After just having joined the assassins, it's time to do our first proper assassination. So yeah, we're gonna do that and also check out some of the social club and parish story missions. I don't really have a set date because we won't really be having any kind of like set side mission in a specific date in 91 for a good while. So yeah, we will kind of like have to pace side missions ourselves a little. Saver Max, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Eva Artisan, welcome in. Okay, so yeah, as usual, we will be playing through this game in historical order, which means you have to follow a certain kind of like order of side missions, I guess, and main story missions. I think the next one having a set date is this one, Confession, where we kill Charles Gabriel Sylvain. However, we could do some side missions before. Like, I'm not sure if this one has a set date, because if it doesn't, then we can just do it. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't seem like. Yeah. So this doesn't have a set date, which means we can do it now. Cult of Baphomet. Steal sacred objects to gain admission to the Baphomet cult.
If you wish to join the cult of Baphomet, you must steal 2 holy chalices from the Cathedral of Notre Dame and bring them to me.
Baphomet is an occult figure of worship, usually depicted with the head of a goat featuring large horns and sometimes with wings. That would really annoy me. Either put my wings in your picture or don't. Don't just sometimes give me wings. What about my wings is forgettable to you? I've got wings, for goodness sake. You always do that goat's head, don't you? Well, give me my bloody wings then. Transcripts of the trials of the Knights Templar seem to indicate that Baphomet may have been worshipped among them, although that is inconclusive. It's possible that the Knights Templar brought these beliefs back with them from their journeys during the Crusades. Nostradamus. Michel de Nostradam was born on December 14th, 1503, in Saint-Remy de Provence, in the south of France. An apothecary, he drafted his first almanac in 1550, in which he predicted events to come in relatively obscure, rhyming couplets. It was around this time that he began to go by the name of Nostradamus, actually an inaccurate Latin translation of Nostradam. He went on to publish the Prophecies, a work that would effectively ensure his fame and reputation. He was summoned to the court by Catherine de Medicis in 1555. It seems that he predicted the death of Henry II, King of France, correctly foretelling that Henry's skull would be pierced in a duel with his master at arms in 1559. In 1564, Charles IX assigned him the role of physician ordinary to the king. He died on the 2nd of July 1566 in Salon de Provence. Sean, bet he didn't see that one coming. So he's the guy who wrote all of these prophecies of like what would happen to people. And yeah, some of it became true. That being said, though, he wrote so many prophecies that it doesn't surprise that, you know, at least a few of them did actually happen. And we know everybody can do a prediction and be right. That's the thing, right?
I'll get you right in!
Oh, merci. Dieu vous le rendra.
And the amount of crowds in this game is just fantastic. Especially now that, you know, every system can pretty much run it well. Like then, of course, it was like a huge graphical task for most graphic cards, but yeah, nowadays that's a different scenario. Can't go up from here, it seems. It's a bummer. Yeah, this game. Actually crazy how, you know, good it still looks. Almost being 8 years old this year. Especially given that usually games that have like a more realistic approach tend to like age much quicker than games that have a certain art style, right? Yeah, I think what really helps is that they try to like merge kind of like a movie look with a bit of like artistic liberty, I guess. It's definitely a bit of a style. But obviously, if you really look closely, then you see, you know, some of the details are definitely not that good, especially in the distance. But on first glance, you know, it looks quite beautiful, especially once you're like really close to objects, of course. But yeah, draw distance is another scenario. Ah yeah, good old Notre Dame. Look like we're over here just to recreate Notre Dame. Had to take some artistic liberties because some of the things are actually under copyright, so they couldn't be exactly recreated, but of course the whole architecture is very, very similar.
En prétendant le contraire, hein? La mort! Surprenant? Oui.
A word? I know they can't stop it.
Qui n'a pas sa gazette? Vous aurez appris les dernières nouvelles avant tout le monde dans la gazette.
Well done. You are now a follower of Baphomet. Come to our ritual. The password is the Father of Understanding.
Excellent. So that unlocks the other Baphomet mission where we kind of like invade the cult. I don't have to check this quest off the list because it's not part of the historical timeline. At least not officially. Let's have a look if this mission is set in a specific date. Okay, so this one is set in 1794. The Ritual of Baphomet, let's have a look. Okay, so this one isn't set in a specific timeline either, so we can just follow up on this side quest line, I would say. Also, hey there, Aura. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. I hope it's a good one. Escape from Eau de la Cité. So that's just a simple assassination contract here. Attempt the secret ritual of the Kite of Baphomet and assassinate the Templars found there.
I've done some research. An ancient cult. Right here! It's all there on the table.
Summary of the medieval Inquisition into the Templar Order, 1307. Yes, in our profound conviction, the Grandmasters of the Order of the Templars worship the Baphomet and cause it to be worshipped by their initiates. Yes, they existed in the past and they may be still in the present. Assemblies which are presided over by this figure with head of a goat, seated on a throne and crowned by a flaming torch between its horns. "21st of July. I've questioned some priests who also believe that there still exist followers of Baphomet here on our isle. 1st of August. I seem to discern odd silhouettes in the cemetery. I dare not approach lest I put my life at risk. 1st of September. I followed what I believe was a member of the cult. He disappeared into a blind alley. 5th of October. Rumors of one who brings initiates into the order. He is said to haunt taverns and unsavory locals. Assassin's Report. Rumors persist as to the continued existence of a Kite of Baphomet in Paris. I have myself heard references to a secret entry to a shrine located in one of the out cemeteries. Some speak as well of a member of a cult who proselytizes in a tavern. So this is kind of like a cult within the Templar Order, right? It's not like all the Templars worship Baphomet. Just there's some extreme ones that do.
How are you?
What it is unwearing, it's got quite the tail. So that's the Sansalot hood. I think it's a handmade one. Indeed. A handmade hood worn by many radical revolutionaries. So I would consider Arno to be a radical revolutionary, considering he kills a lot of people. But yeah. Ava Mauler. You like my ex reminds you of Ava's. Yeah dude, it's a good one. I've unlocked that recently by buying one of the DLCs that I didn't have yet. Apparently. It's called the Executioner's Double-Bladed Axe. I think Arno would qualify as radical. Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, killing all of those people.
Ah, a new initiate.
Okay, that's actually quite interesting about the catacombs, because it's still quite the place in Paris. Like, there's still people kind of like getting lost or completely disappearing in the catacombs in Paris. And the thing is, nobody has like a full idea about the whole plan of the catacombs, or where they go. That's still kind of a spooky place, actually. You need to use other weapons more, but you love the two-handed axe. Yeah, they're great. Have you yet unlocked the skill that gives you like two-handed weapons at once? For example, you could couple two-handed axe together. Because let me tell you, that's quite interesting as well. The left bank of Paris is built on rich limestone deposits, the stone from which built much of the city. Initially, the stone was mined out from the city proper, but as Paris expanded, it gradually covered even the mined out areas. Since medieval mining involved digging as well, well down to the stone's deposits, and then tunneling horizontally until the vein was depleted, the result was a vast, intricate maze of tunnels beneath the streets. A series of building collapses beginning in 1774 proved that the tunnels could no longer be ignored, and in 1782 Police Lieutenant Thibault de Crosne decided to act. By which I mean he decided to do something about the situation, not that he decided to put on a small play. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, that's good going, Moller. power level 150 already. I think your favorite weapon build for Valhalla was 2 daggers, fast and stabby. Yeah, daggers are great. I love a combo where you hold the special attack and do the dash backwards essentially. That's why I loved about the daggers in Origins as well. You could like both charge forward, but also kind of like you know, do the like kind of backwards motion while doing damage. Because they're very like short range, right? Which is why you need this extra mobility for them to become useful. But that's great to have it. I love the daggers in Origins slightly more than in Valhalla, but I do like them in Valhalla as well. You might try that, sounds fun. Yeah. Another thing I love to use is hammer combined with axe. And when having the skill that kind of like makes you switch weapons, like mid fight, like kind of like hand side, I guess. So you could either have the hammer or the axe as the first or secondary, which would give you like 2 different movesets entirely. And that's kind of nice as well. The hammer is really good for stunning, and then the axe is like really nice for damage. Yeah, hammers are great. I just love combining these like fast weapons together, like if it's daggers, hammers, axes, flails. I love using them together. The heavier weapons, I don't know, I don't like using them two-handed too much. Or one-handed each, I guess, rather. Like even though two-handed axes is really good and powerful, it feels a bit, you know, unimmersive, I guess. You know, having that strength to wield both of them at the same time. You're not super coordinated, so your battle style is really reliant on speed low. That's definitely fair, yeah. It can help and compensate for, you know, making mistakes or something. Hey there, Katie Soros. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the two-handed axes solo, like having only one, is actually quite fast. At least whenever I tried it. But I guess also depends on how much attack speed you have built up already through the skill tree. But using them together is definitely slow. Like using them one-handed, I guess.
We're using the chalices you stole in tonight's ritual. Enter.
Entree. We've been using the two-handed axe for about 120 power now and gotten pretty good with it. Yeah. It's actually great. I used the one that you get pretty early on in Norway for quite a while.
Welcome to the cult of Baphomet.
Welcome to the cult of Baphomet.
Sisters and brothers of Baphomet, we here dedicate the life of our beloved sister Jeanne to the glory and power of the wisdom of Baphomet.
We stand together in gratitude to you, Jeanne, for your bravery.
I yield this, my body, for the good of my sisters and brothers in Baphomet.
We honor your sacrifice.
Actually surprised I didn't get detective there.
The revolution is suppressing the cult of Catholics that has for so long suppressed us.
He who sows the wind
revered leader who
harvests
keeps
the
making
storm.
unwelcome advances.
That old goat.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing?
What was that?
Oh. It was me. You YOLO a lot, so you typically run full speed of the enemy and over hammer them, which seems to go through the defense like butter. That's definitely fair, yeah. What difficulty are you playing on, Moller? Life of target stays on the screen after finding them highlighted. Yeah, it's definitely quite nice. At least for a while it happens. It doesn't happen permanently, but at least for a short while.
I'm concerned about so many Templars joining our society. They're starting to influence important decisions.
I don't see any problem. Templars associated with us for centuries.
Playing on normal? That's definitely fair, Mona. Yeah, let me tell you, the hardest difficulty, especially with like the level scaling being like against you, that ain't too much fun. Offered high profile cover assassination. Alright, let's get out of here. Nice. Could also try one of these Nostradamus enigmas. I've only done one so far, I believe. That's already difficult, so raising the difficulty is just ow. Yeah, I don't know, it's really interesting to me how much different the difficulty can feel like. I feel like it's definitely a right or normal. But yeah, raising it to like the hardest is just on another level. Especially with the recent changes they did with the level scaling and stuff. But yeah, some enemy types are definitely super strong. And if also over-leveled, then, you know, you can get your ass kicked rather quickly. I wield two blades, flanked by justice and law. I strike true and fair, hour by hour, for monarchs and peasants alike. So wielding two blades, flanked by justice and law. So the way I usually solve these riddles is by studying the database. And what really helps is that you have kind of like, you know, these entries here. For instance, you go on the map and you look at places that are kind of like around wherever the puzzle is. So we have the Palais de Justice, or that could be Justice. There's Sainte-Chapelle. The Place Dauphin. Let's have a look at this Palais de Justice. Wow, there's an elaborate clock featuring figures of justice and law. That should be it. Pretty easy one. Ah, there it is. Clock. Encircled by 24 pellets of light, Our Lady of the Rose watches, silent as stone, over believers below. Look at the lady lit by the setting sun. Look to the blossoming rose. The Lady of Rose watches. Let's have a look at the Sun Chapel, because it's closer. Might be this one. And I thought it could have been this window here. Since it looks a bit like, you know, a flower or something. Have a look around here. Maybe it's Notre Dame after all. Might be. And the big window of Notre Dame is called the Rose Window, isn't it? So it definitely makes sense, I guess. Let's go ahead and port over here. There it is. Stay with Our Lady, standing between flowing waters. Count 1 for each book. Thanks, update. Count 1 for each book of the Pentateuch, from Rose to Transept. 5 arches, 5 wide open eyes, 5 nightmares. The last sits atop our treasure. The gate to the infinite. The last sits atop our treasure. Okay. Let's go up here again. Have a look to the back of the church here. There it is. Very nice. It's another enigma solved. Actually quite enjoy those. Makes you also like, I don't know, like be more familiar with the city and some of the history of the buildings, or I guess some of the characteristics. Alright. Let's have a look if this murder mystery here is part of a specific date or something. Okay, it isn't, which means we can already do it. That's cool. We haven't done many murder mysteries yet. Hey Ferrot, welcome in Senny. Thank you so much for the raid, dude, and welcome in Raiders. I hope you had a great rest of the stream today with Tomb Raider. How did it go? Did you actually finish the game today? A 200 jab to the throat with the Extendo. Incredible. Yeah, gotta love it. And yeah, Unity is going really good. We're just getting started with some side stuff. But yeah, definitely having fun. We're currently doing some missions that don't really have a set date in the city center, so kind of catching up with some of that. But yeah, the next main story isn't too far away. It's literally up here. And yeah, it's gonna be the assassination of Charles Gabriel Sivin. Love that one. But went well, you finished it, Lo, but there were no credits or anything after the final screenshot of the story. Oh really? That's kinda interesting. No credits. Guess nobody worked on that game, right? But yeah, that's good going. Congrats on beating the game, dude. I hope you had fun. Yeah, Chatsi is 6 feet deep at this point. Ancestral vengeance. Solve the disturbing mystery of numbered bodies. The body of Paul Turrigan. Signs of extreme violence. The body is marked by bruises. The arms and legs have been broken. Roman numeral 2 has been written in blood on the door.
Oh, monsieur, I am distraught. Who could have done such a thing? He had not a single enemy. All I know is there was an article in the newspaper that made him very upset.
Torture devices. A collection of medieval torture instruments arranged in a display. Even more torture devices. But it just made itself apparently. Cheers, dude. It was a pretty good Tomb Raider game considering it was made for the Game Boy Color. Some annoying platforming parts, but it's very much like old school Prince of Persia, which you enjoyed. Some of the jumping is annoying due to it being the up button on the D-pad and the game not recognizing your input. Yeah, I can imagine, dude. It would definitely be a bit of a stretch with the hand to, you know, be using the D-pad up button to jump instead of like A or something. But yeah, I'm glad you had a good time, Uvo. Definitely looks like a fun 2D platformer, you know, especially given its time. The book History of France, Volume 4. 4 sentences are underlined. God knows who's in the wrong. God knows who covers himself in sin. Disasters will fall upon those who condemn us here. Be it known that all who have opposed us and their descendants will suffer by the hand of God. Jacques de Molay. Newspaper. Readers. This time of change, let France not forget her history. The Inquisition effectively ended in France while over 100 years passed. Yet the descendants of the Inquisitors live and walk among us. Let us cast our minds back and recall those 3 infamous prosecutors, shown in our engravings from left to right. De Nogaret, de Marigny, and de Paris. These 3 are identified by medallions with numerals, medallions which they proudly regarded as numbering of holy rank. We know today that several of their children changed their names to avoid retribution. We have discovered here in Paris a descendant of Philippe de Marigny. He is a prosperous merchant Bernard Grimani of the Île de la Cité. He gave us the honor of receiving us at his home at 6 Rue de Marmousset, where we admired his collection of thumbscrews and a chair studded with spikes, which he confided to us are family heirlooms. So they're kind of going after people responsible for the Inquisition, I guess. That's a bit dramatic, Jack. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, so are the Templars. The book Almanach Île de la Cité 12. Author's preface. Many families changed their surnames. In this way they retreated into anonymity, thus avoiding the wrath of their victims and of their victims' descendants. Partially burned letter. My dear Tarragon, I increasingly have a sense that I am being watched. no doubt due to the careless revelation of our true identities in the moronic interview given by BG. What a feeble-minded fool. As though people have forgotten. Take care, old friend. Your friend, AD, Prasi, 19 Rue de Chanoy-Nezé. Even more torture devices. It sounds like they're going after descendants of Inquisitors, which is whack. Yeah, they do. They're going after the ones being responsible for the Inquisition, I guess. Letter from Tarragon. Please be more circumspect in your statements. Only recently I have heard rumors of a woman claiming to be a descendant of Demolis line, nosing around in various archives. Centuries may have passed, but passions sometimes have long memories. Tarragon. Dead body. Similar to the other victim, this body is covered in deep lacerations. Broken bones break through the skin. A lifeless hand holds a pendant in the form of a key. It's possible that it was torn away from the murderer. Bloody symbol. The Roman numeral 1 has been written in blood on the wall. So he was the first to go.
A woman just tried to kill me. Me! I managed to wound her, but she ran off. She grabbed a dagger, an heirloom. I twisted it away and stabbed her. This is her blood here.
Murderer's blood trail. The blood leads towards the stairs. Even more torture devices.
You can see the blood.
It's so nice everybody, you know, kept their torture device family heirlooms. It's really something to be proud of. Okay, there must be another number, right? Somewhere. Maybe not, because she didn't succeed, I guess.
What do you want? Talk!
That guy doing parkour, wo? Amazing. Wonderful heirlooms to have. Yeah, wonderful. For such devices brought your ancestry great joy. I have, you know, yeah. Great joy indeed. I wonder who killed these guards in red. Another murder mystery to solve.
They glory in their ancestors' deeds, vile torturers.
Indemole claims murders were justified. Justified my ass.
They glory in their ancestors' deeds, vile torturers. Their ancestors decimated the Templar Order. They deserve to die horribly.
It's like the ancestors were wild people. Now their children deserve to die. Right.
Not to put me here. I was righting an ancient wrong.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Any fool could have figured that one out, I imagine. Still, take a weapon if you like.
We got the Conure. Let's have a look. A long polearm with a blunt metal tip. The Conure is well suited to knocking enemies about. It's also non-lethal. Let's check it out and give it a try. I want to showcase like different starter weapons. And stats are only semi-important. It's kind of long though. Looks a bit inconvenient for parkour. But when she dies, she will haunt their dreams and kill them like Freddy Krueger. Yeah, imagine. Or definitely imagine she could. Batman with broken bones piercing through his skin. That was way too brutal, my lady. Big no-no. You just fell asleep with that, huh? Yeah. Another murder solved. Time to take a nap. You know? Okay, let's have a look if this story has a set date. Okay, it doesn't. That's the first one for Mademoiselle Lenormand. She's a psychic. And it's kind of cool, she will actually give us devices for kind of like the door to Nicolas Flamel's laboratory. And she's also voiced by Susan Glover, who's of course an AC legend, who's been there since the very first game, voicing the lady who says she's poor and sick and hungry. Let Mademoiselle Lenormand psychic powers guide you to her attackers.
I read the tarot for power.
I need money, sir. I'm poor and sick and hungry.
I influence those friends, and they wish me harm. I have seen my enemies in a dream. Come with me, and I will sense their presence.
Sense their presence. Marie Anne Adelaide Lenormand, born May 27, 1772 in Alencourt, received a conventional education from the city's Benedictine nuns. It was there, to her great surprise, she discovered psychic abilities that would allow her to pursue the practice of divination. With Revolution, she moved to Paris and set up a fortune-telling enterprise. It is said that this is where she met three key figures of the Revolution, namely Marat, Robespierre, and Saint-Just, for all whom she predicted a violent death. To be fair, it was a pretty violent time. Lots of people were meeting violent ends. If this psychic had predicted that deaths would all take place on a little yellow barge called Colin, or by inadvertently impaling themselves on a series of stale baguettes, then I would be impressed. Her activity made her suspicious in the eyes of the Committee of Public Safety, whereupon she was sent to prison in 1794, where she met and befriended Josephine de Beauharnais. She escaped the guillotine and during the Directoire and Empire periods, managed to set up a new necromancy establishment in the Faubourg Saint-Germain, where the elite made haste to hear the predictions. She is also believed to have met Napoleon, but this did not stop the Emperor having her arrested in 1803 and again in 1809 for treason. She believed herself to be nearly immortal and predicted a very long life for herself. Nevertheless, she died in 1843. Yeah, I mean, that's decent, I guess. Not super long. But how young is she here, though? I mean, this is like maybe 18, 20? She must be between 18 and 25 at this point, I guess. And she sounds like a really old lady at this point, doesn't she? But yeah, she's in her early 20s, I guess. Doesn't look like that.
You, citizen, don't have long to live.
What?
And how good does this game look, though?
Citizen,
Like this color palette as well they have on the game.
your husband is having an affair.
I beg your pardon?
In my dream, one of the murderers was from the country. Yes, a farmer of sorts. Oh, he is dangerous. I feel an evil presence. Yes, he is somewhere nearby. I am sure of it. That's him. Efficiently done. I feel that it's about to rain. Hello, Arno.
Must have been some blow.
Hello, Arno.
I remember now a soldier out to kill me. Look for a man in uniform. A voice is whispering to me. A man with dark intentions.
I'll show you up my famous food explosion.
Wait, east or north? It is not clear. Possibly south?
Vous avez perdu quelque chose?
Get over here! I'll finish you quick if you ask nice.
That one, just as in my dream.
Have a good luck, Rod.
Sent to the great beyond.
I think you're a traitor. You're no use for the likes of you in a red.
Distinct sense that a man in a legal profession wishes me harm. A lawyer. Boy, sense a man capable.
Oh, these guards didn't even notice that this guy just killed somebody.
Some bastards turned off some people with a real pipe.
He's joined the choir invisible. And a shady character. Yes, I see him in my mind's eye. A shyster. A bandit. All about us. Even
Hey, Anno.
Cheers.
the man from my dream.
Well, how are you?
I thank you, my friend. Come to me for a reading of the tarot. You have an interesting future, I am certain.
Indeed. I'm certain as well. Also that NPC. Just walking into Arno. Amazing. That other NPC, the way he's walking. Okay. So, this is set in 94. What about this mission? Is that set in a specific year? Okay, doesn't seem like we can do it. However, we could do the main story first, actually. Doesn't hurt, because it's actually quite a lot of main story that's gonna happen like one after the other, essentially, without having any major side missions in between. So I think we're gonna do the next main story now, actually. could also buy Arno's pistol. This one has a much better speed than the others. This pistol denotes Arno's status in the Assassin Brotherhood. Confession. Charles Gabriel Sever, one of the men who murdered Monsieur de la Salle, is meeting a client in Notre Dame. Find out what he knows and kill him.
What's our plan?
Our plan? You're not an apprentice anymore, boy. So study your surroundings. Devise your own plan. I'm not here to hold your hand. No targets unreachable.
Out of the way. Move!
Where the hell was Duchesneau? Oh.
If you can't find a weakness to exploit, make one.
You've secured the cathedral?
Oui, monsieur.
Good. Tell Sever I'll meet him inside.
Opportunities everywhere. It's on you to take it.
You! Get back here with my keys! Thieves!
And if all other plans fail, why not sacrifice yourself for the cause, your life for his? Before Altair, that was the Levantine approach.
You mean a dagger in broad daylight as I'm cut down where I stand?
Sends a powerful message.
I'll do it my way.
Whatever you think best, assassin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the first actual like unique assassination in the series. Obviously there have been unique kills before, but this is really like, you know, the first like which has really worked out in a way, giving you multiple opportunities to approach this as well. So let me do something here. One sec. Okay, that's our infiltration opportunity here.
Mais qu'est-ce qui a fait ce bruit? Bon sang, j'ai vraiment eu peur.
Alright. That's Notre Dame keys acquired, which means we now have a way to get inside via the top entrance.
You've secured the cathedral?
Oui, Monsieur Duchesneau. This is the only way in or out, and we paid off the guards.
Good. What happened on deck? I don't want to take any chances. When Monsieur Sever arrives, tell him I've got the arrangement with the priest. I'll join him.
Soumettez-vous et comparaissez devant la justice.
What's going on? In a way? Why? I only want to take
What the hell is keeping this priest? Bastard priest could bother showing up on time.
It's like, what is that guy doing up there?
Keeping this priest.
Well, never mind. Let me walk right beside it. Ah, there we go. So with him out of the way, you know, we can replace him at the meeting place, which means we unlock the unique assassination in the confession booth. So the next thing I wanna do is go up to the priest and use the top entrance to get inside here, using the infiltration opportunity. Hey Vaoki, you're playing AC Valhalla on hard and you made a new game load, but now you can't play on the save where you have completed the game. Do you maybe know if you can retrieve it? I mean, if you have made a manual save at any time of your previous, you know, completion of a game, then that would be the way to retrieve it. If you haven't made a manual save but only use the autosave system, then you have to go and look back if there's still an older autosave. But if you like further into the new game, then all the autosave slots will be overwritten at this point. So your best bet is having done a manual save, hopefully, yourself at some point. Because yeah, it uses an active like save system, right? So if you don't do manual saves, then it's gonna be overwritten. You did, but it only shows the autosaves of a new game load. That's odd. I mean, unless you have overwritten a menu save yourself, it should still be there. Unless you have like Cloud Sync activated or something.
Merci. Que Dieu vous bénisse.
When I can also open up this door. I can, right? Yeah, let's do that.
Introibo ad altare Dei, ad Deum qui letificat juventutem meam, judica me Deus et escene causa meam de gente non sancta, ab homine iniquo pecaminoso eure me, quia tu es Deus fortitudo mea, quare me repulisti et quare tristis in cedo, tum acquisit me inimicus, emitte lucem tuam et veritatem tuam, ipsa me deduxerum et adduxerum tem sanctum tuum, et in tabernacula tua, adjutorium nostrum in nomine Domini, qui fecit caelum et terram. Introibo
Okay, we can already unlock this window here. And you also still have to do kills from hiding spots, right? So let's do that.
Move! Out my way. One side.
What the fuck? Didn't throw my smoke from there.
He's just bloody skulked off, hasn't he?
What's all that then?
Come on, get closer.
Where are you, you bleeding pillock?
Seriously? Doesn't come closer. Okay, so I think that's the only one we have to do. Because the other one should be triggered by the assassination here in the assassin booth. In the confession booth. However, he's stuck in animation walking against his guard. So I guess we have to throw a smoke bomb here. Then we can go inside.
That's odd.
Yeah, very odd.
Wrong, somehow.
Everything's in place.
Finally saw Reese, did he? What's our cut?
30%.
Good, good. This is our moment, my friend. Petty nobles are ripe enough fruits, but the church has been leeching off the people for centuries. If we crack their vaults, the Grand Master cannot fail to recognize our work.
As you say, monsieur.
Good. Now if we're done here, I'll take my leave and wait for our holy friend to deliver the goods.
Wait here. See that we're not disturbed.
Sever.
Monsieur Latouche, I'm here to see the King of Beggars.
Come with me. The intrigues of rats! Pompous fool, if I could lay my hands on him.
Well, what's so important you had to pull me away from my daughters?
You all right, monsieur? Too much of the king's champagne?
Sever, come away!
I love that assassination. So damn satisfying doing it the unique way. Assassination booth, Crookie has murder on his mind. I guess it was an assassination booth after all. It definitely was, yeah. That's why I said it, because I was kind of thinking about the unique assassination that's happening within. Born on the 1st of December 1725 in Louisbourg, New France, Sever was the son of a lieutenant in the Swiss regiment the Cara. Like his father, Sever chose to make his career in the army, serving in New France on the West Indies before returning to Europe in 1785, where he opened a shipping business. Ah, never mind, we actually have read this already, right? It's just like an update at the end. But it says he died in Notre Dame de Paris on the 5th of January 1791. Assassins 1, Templars 0. Never mind. I don't have to read the entire
Not hearing things now. What the hell?
thing again here.
Je parle de tes activités subversives. T'as pas vu qu'on est Allez, debout. On n'a pas fini.
There we go. It also finishes the challenges. 2 kids from the hiding spots and don't trigger any alarms. Also got the round X. Prior to the guillotine, this was the official tool for the execution of noblemen.
Jesus, Deacon, do you read? What the hell is that?
I'm here, Bishop. That's a server sweep. Abstergo's looking for you, and they're close.
Damn it. Can you open a server bridge?
Hey, come on, it's me. Already on it. Couple of seconds.
Initiate. We're opening a server bridge. Find the portal and pass through before the sweep finds you.
Got it. Go.
Do you see it? They're hard to miss. Jumping from one Helix server to another should buy you a few more hours. If it doesn't, we're screwed.
Well, we're not screwed. It's your initiate that gets the brunt.
Deacon, you're not helping.
So essentially we're trying to escape, you know, the time period right now. So Abstergo can't, you know, find us during this setting with Connor. With Arno. Or Connor. This is technically also Connor's time, but obviously not his setting.
The signal's holding. Good. You're waiting outside the main simulation now. This will throw Abstergo off your trail for a while, but you'll also run into a lot of incomplete and corrupted code. Which probably explains why the people here aren't quite here. Looks like the late 1800s. Now this is a Paris I wouldn't mind visiting. Maybe another time. Right now, you need to get to the exit portal. I can't see a path through though. See if you can find a route underground.
So this of course isn't part of the historical order, because it's kind of like happening whenever the game tells you to. And yeah, it's also like way past, you know, the revolution. There's also gonna be 2 other settings, one during the Second World War and one during the medieval ages. So yeah, those are just going to be played whenever, you know, they appear. The Belle Epoque, literally the Beautiful Age, is the name given to the period between 1871, when the Franco-Prussian War ended, and 1914, when the First World War began. Once France was forced to endure the wars and hardships of the 20th century, it was nostalgically thought of as a golden age, both prosperous and peaceful. A better name for it would have been the if only they knew what was coming epoch. Paris, already referred to as the City of Light, grew in size and economic power thanks to technological advances. The Parisian quality of life improved as well. And they didn't even have social networking then. Come to think of it, maybe it was a good time to be alive after all, yeah? Hashtag banter. The 1889 World's Fair exemplified the spirit of the times. It marked the construction of the Eiffel Tower, a symbol of France's new engineering prowess, and of the Belle Epoque itself. Just as iconic as the Paris Metro, whose construction began in 1898 and which opened to the public 2 years later. However, these weren't the first grand accomplishments of the era. The Statue of Liberty was built over a decade earlier as a gift to the United States, representing the Roman goddess of freedom and celebrating American independence. But while Paris became the cultural capital of the world and its arts and literature flourished, there was also political and racial tensions. Anarchistic groups who saw nothing but bourgeois decadence in the culture of cafes and cabarets, such as the Moyen Rouge, resorted to acts of terrorism. Soon, a more widespread terror would put an end to this golden age, as war once again gripped the continent.
You know, the Belle Epoque looks a lot cleaner than revolutionary Paris, don't you think? Fewer beheadings too, I bet.
Kinda interesting. I feel like this is what Syndicate used to recreate their streets.
No, these streets don't seem to lead anywhere. There has to be an underground path somewhere.
Like, you know, the ground textures and also like the pathways between the streets, kind of like being built more for carriages.
Ghost of Christmas past, if Dickens had written shoddy code.
Reference to Dickens here. But yeah, let's go into the Metropolitan.
You need to get underground now. Hurry!
Yeah, setting-wise also, of course, much closer. But yeah, often it's a case that Montreux actually works out kind of like assets that Odyssey then, or Quebec then, you know, decides to use for their games as well. They've done the same thing with Odyssey, with kind of like the Greek assets that Montreux developed for Origins. Like, once you get to Cyrene, you're gonna see so many similarities to Odyssey, and like actual temples being just completely copy-pasted into the game of Odyssey. So I feel like Montreux also deserves a lot of like credit, I think, for those kind of things. Jesus Christ. It was a bit too close for comfort.
There you are. And you found the exit. Good. It's an unstable vortex of energy, so there's no telling how it will disrupt the simulation.
So we gotta avoid the storm here. Oh yeah, definitely Rod. About the same actually. Wasn't too long ago that I actually saw like a picture of that moment.
Lady Liberty.
But you're not quite a GIF.
The French should have shipped her off to the States by now.
We could kind of like recreate, make it like a loop or something.
Just get to the portal. I'll do what I can to stop it from closing. See you on the other side.
Oh yeah, dude, I wish. Like, this game really deserves a photo mode. Same for Syndicate. Bit of a shame. But who knows, maybe there's gonna be a remaster version at some point in like of the 10th anniversary or something. And then we're gonna get maybe a photo mode or something. Imagine. I would rather have a photo mode for the original version than for remaster, because remaster might mean that they change the color palette or something like that. You can at least a photo mode if you have Nvidia card on PC. Really, yeah, maybe with the with this feature, I don't know how it's called right now, but that's true. You can do the same for Witcher. I'm not sure if you can do it for Unity though.
And we're back. Not everyone is so fortunate their first time through a bridge. Sometimes our initiates are trapped in the system, and we have no choice but to send someone like you in to rescue them. In fact, one of our initiates is caught in a Bellapox server right now. If you're not too exhausted, you can re-enter the bridge and rescue him. Alright, back to work, initiate.
It's kind of funny seeing that show of animation in like slow motion. But yeah, welcome in Ambassador. I hope you're having a good day so far. You think it's called Enzo? That might be it, yeah. I haven't used it much yet. Only once when I played Witcher. But it's definitely cool that it is there's a feature to replace if the photo mode isn't there in the game. You wouldn't be surprised if they did that for remaster. Yeah, me neither. Probably a possibility if you would like to include it. Alright, so yeah. We could check out one of these Bellapox missions actually, because they will give us quite some modern day information as well. I think I do that.
Là-bas. What the hell's your matter with you, pissant? Connaître la vérité sur les derniers événements.
Je vous ai causé le moindre tort. Je vous en prie, je me rachète.
Dire ça, moi-même je n'y croyais pas.
Oh damn, my chest is full. Oh, there probably isn't much money in there anyways right now. Yeah, that's right. The Belle Epoque training. Gather data on the streets of a late 19th century Paris.
Glad you could make it. You have to free our agent and get to the exit portal. His original mission was to gather data from the Helix, so try to recover as much of it as possible. Here's some of the data we've been looking for. Good. Our techs will start analyzing the data right away. That data is encrypted. You'll need to stand by it for a moment until I can access it. Okay, decrypting now. Done. All right, I'll need more data to find our operative.
So I kind of like go for these data points. Once you have enough, you unlock the position of the assassin.
There he is. You have to get him out of there.
But getting extra points will reward you with another bonus, giving you more money in the process as well.
Well done. You're running out of time. Try to recover as much data as possible before you leave. This area is becoming unstable. The simulation is collapsing. Get out now!
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, that was a bit too close.
There's more assassins to save and more data to find.
I was a bit too greedy there for the money, the data. Alright, so that finishes the training. But yeah, we're gonna go and do like a proper rift now. The first one called Data Harvest. I know with the sticky hands wouldn't let go. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that was a bit too close for comfort as well, or not gonna lie. Let me also check something here real quick. Okay, seems like I will have to call it a bit sooner today actually with the stream. I initially planned on doing at least a 3-hour stream. But I have to pick up Levy a bit earlier today, so I will probably call it after the next side mission or something already. Let's go ahead and play another riffle. I wanna unlock some modern day stuff here.
We're counting on you to save our operative. He's somewhere in the simulation. The data is desyncing. You need to collect it or it'll be gone for good. This will come in handy. Wait, this data is encrypted. Excellent. This could hold some major Abstergo secrets. Hold on a second. I need to decrypt it. This will come in handy. Excellent. This could hold some major Abstergo secrets. This should come in useful. We know where the assassin is. Get to him now. Hold on. Decrypting. I think this data could really help us. Good job. The more data we can get, the better. You don't have much time left. He's there. You have to save him. I think this data could really help us. He's free. Well done. Hold on. Decrypting. Nicely done. We need all the data we can find. Seconds left. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're out of time. Hurry! Our operative is safe and sends us thanks.
Nice. That looks 1 of 3 assassin intels. And we got some money as well. Let's go back to Helix. Got an archive conversation from the 24th of January 2014. A transcribed telephone conversation between Miss M. LeMay and Dr. A. Grammatica. Hello, Miss LeMay. It's Alvaro. Have you set it into your new office? Just a few more boxes to unpack. Good. It's a big space. Almost too big. Olivier felt the same way. Ah, but the view is incredible. I remember right. That's true. Listen, I'll be in Montreal for a week next month, so we can talk more in depth at that point. Until then, I sent you some documents to give you a rough idea about what sort of data we'll be looking for in the next few years. Okay, I have plenty of time next month to review them. Good, good. Also, when you have a spare moment, I wonder if you would write up a detailed reminiscence, I suppose, or memoir of your time with John Standish. How long you worked with him, how often you talked, what you know about his personal life, that sort of thing. Okay, absolutely. You sound hesitant. Sorry, no, I'd be happy to. I'm just overwhelmed by some of the things I learned about him in the past few months. I understand. It's hard enough grasping the idea of a precursor race, but this whole sage business, it's difficult to swallow. Of course, of course. The documents I'm sending you should go some way to easing you into some pretty strange discoveries, but make sure you're sitting down when you read them. Oh god, okay, thanks. No problem, stay in touch. I will. And congratulations on your new position. Thank you. I'm looking forward to working with your team. Good. Take care. Collins. So, May is basically replacing Olivier for the CEO of Abstergo Entertainment. So one's creating like various games and movies based on historical data they find from the anime sessions. Olivier isn't thinking about anything by that point thanks to a certain Aiden Pierce. Indeed. At least if that would be canon, that is. Which is still ridiculous that it isn't, but oh well. It was quite nice. Definitely a nice view from up there, to say the least. But yeah guys, I think this is where I have to call it ready for today, unfortunately. I thought I had another hour or so, but that's not the case, so yeah, we will have to continue here next time. But it was still nice to have like at least, you know, a short session of Unity today. But yeah, I can't wait to like, you know, do my next proper session, a bit longer one, where you know, we can really dive into like the side content and stuff. But essentially the plan for the historical order is that the next missions will be pretty much only May missions for the year 1791, because most of the side missions that have a set year are actually placed after 91. However, I'm still gonna do quite a few side missions in between, because some of the side missions, or most of them at least, aren't actually tagged by a year. So we're just gonna do them whenever they fit and whenever, you know, there's a good time to do them. And yeah, there's like ton of side stuff we can do that way. So it's definitely gonna be a good balance regardless. But yeah, currently we are 14% for the game, with 20% of the main story done. Nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and exit here. And yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining and being here today for this short Unity session. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks, Eine Besut. You have a good weekend as well. And yeah, and if you're gonna have safe travels, it's only a 10-minute drive. At least one tour. No worries, Rod. Thank you also again for being here, and thank you again for raiding earlier as well. No worries, Aura. Thanks also for being here. But yeah, the next stream is probably gonna be on Sunday, I would think. We're gonna go back to retro games, and now that we don't play AC games anymore that are considered retro, because Unity is actually the first one to be released on PS4 and Xbox One only, not on the 360. We are going to go back to probably some Sims and FIFA Street and try to finish those games off pretty soon. And yeah, the next Unity stream should probably be on Tuesday, I think. Monday I'm gonna go back to Blur and maybe another game as well. So yeah, that's the plan for the next couple of days. Cheers, Rod. We're definitely gonna be having a chill time. Gonna make some pizza for tonight. I also baked a birthday cake, but I still have to prepare. So that's why I need a bit of extra head time. But yeah, it's gonna be delicious, I think. But yeah, let's have a look who's online, who we can rate. I do see Fanlight playing some infamous Second Son, so I think we're gonna go have a look over there. See how he's doing with that game. That's a game I actually want to play myself. I already have it as well. I heard good things about Infamous. It's also absolutely beautiful. Like, the art style is great, and it reminds me a bit of Control as well, like from the gameplay, having like superpowers and stuff. Sounds absolutely delicious. Indeed, dude, it's gonna be. Cake, your one weakness. Yeah, my weakness would rather be pizza, I think. But I also do love some cake every now and then. Also, you gotta embrace the setting of a French Revolution, right? It's like, let them eat cake. If there's no bread. Not gonna lie, bread is actually a bit of a shortage right now over here because flour is like out of stock everywhere. So it's actually quite tricky to, you know, bake anything right now at home. Fortunately, I have some pizza flour at all times, so I can make that at least. But yeah, guys, if you want to join along with the raid to Fanlight, feel free to use these raid emotes. And yeah. Yeah, it definitely is a bit scary, to be honest. I mean, hold on, let's cancel it just real quick. It's, I guess, scary because of like people just buying in bulks, right? It's not really, I'm not really scared that I'm gonna like die of hunger or anything like that. We're definitely doing well in that regard, but it's just like the fact, you know, that people are kind of like getting so scared that they, you know, buy in bulks and don't really care if others don't get, you know, anything. But yeah, that's no news during, you know, these times, I guess. Anywhere. Omidoro went up 15 cents a liter last night. Things aren't good. Yeah. Yeah, the costs also here have been rising substantially. For food and, you know, like energy prices as well. Everything has gotten quite more expensive. And yeah, I guess it's gonna rise even more. But yeah, I think the most important thing is that, you know, people are being safe. So that's my priority, I guess. But yeah, guys, we're gonna raid out now. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. I hope you all stay safe and that you have a great weekend and rest of the day. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one on Sunday. Until then, take care, and I will see you next time.